Hello, everyone. Ever wondered how we can store the older emails at a cheaper cost, in a secure way, easy to manage and control who accesses those archived emails? Here is our enterprise level solution. Um, which is lightning fast and helps us secure sessions using multiple authentication ways such as 2FA and TOTP, SMS, and whatnot. Let's take a quick look. Signing in into the system here. This is how the dashboard looks like, wherein we get the exact snapshot of what is the space used and how much is allocated per organization in the archival system. When we want to visualize the organization, it could be all the data that belongs to the organization. However, we can still segregate this data at the domain level, wherein the organization can create multiple domains. Taking an example of HR has a different domain, and IT has a different domain. There could be one for the developers. All of these emails are segregated, and whatever comes in into the domain stays there. The users can be created at the domain level, and the users are completely isolated at the domain level, and they cannot access the emails at any other different domains that are present in any different domain. However, we can have the granular permissions. There could be a org admin managing all the domains. There could be users at the domain level. There could be admins at the domain level who can create users for that domain, or anything else that can be thought of. And all of those things can be managed at the user permission level. We can have a number of users here and have granular permissions for those users. Going back to the dashboard here, what are we looking at is the organization data. That, as mentioned, this is a total amount of space and is the current space usage here. The other organization details, how many emails per domain in a very clean, visually represented way. We have the email volume, the storage volume, and all of this information is visually represented in the dashboard page. Moving on, archive list is something that each one of us would be interested in, which will give us the exact data, the emails that we have stored for at the domain level. Let's just take a quick look at one of the domains here, how to access the emails per domain. So you just select a domain, it shows you the total number of emails present in that domain. What is the date range you're looking at? Basically, you're hitting what is the date range you're looking for. You can search per subject, you can search per the from address or to address. So we can have multiple to addresses. Let's say XYZ has sent an email to multiple employees under demo domain. All of those can be selected here and just click on search, and it loads all of that data in fraction of a second most of the time. So here is the data that is available under this domain for the last 30 days, which is the default date range that gets selected when you get into the archive list page. The attachments, a very useful feature present here, which can give us which helps us filter out if we are looking for some emails with attachments or without attachments, or we don't care about anything. That's a default selection here, which is any. And clicking on a particular email will take us to a page where it loads the full email, the contents of it, and if there are any attachments, it helps us print, download the format of it, or you can forward it to any number of external IDs or internal IDs on one click. So if we have to export this list, if we have to download this list, it can just with a click of a button here. Export helps us get all of those email files. It comes in as a link to the organization email ID that has been specified, and then that can be used to further download the emails. Now, as mentioned, these are the domains that we have created under this organization, wherein each of this domain will have a unique ID, archive ID, to which the emails will be forwarded to. That's where they get stored, and we can set the status of the domain as active, or if you want to inactivate the status. What it means for us inactivating a domain is it will no longer receive any newer archival emails to that particular domain. The retention period helps us define how old the data has to be retained. For example, if the retention has been set to 1 year, all of the emails that are a year old, or rather something that comes in today, will be available with our system, will be available within the archive for the next 1 year. uh, Thereafter it would not be available, which makes this product really unique, because most of the times we don't care about very old data. It's just like, oh, I need this for 1 year, I have to look at this email for a max of 1 year, then I don't have any use of it, and it gets discarded without even any manual intervention. This is the current storage used, which is going to give us a helpful information of what is the current usage. We also have a feature of sending out emails to the organization ID at different thresholds, which can be 85% usage, 90% usage, 95%. You can get those emails and then increase the space accordingly. Or if you want to delete some older emails, those can be the option is left with the organization. Users can be created in a very simple way, either using adding single user, or we can have bulk action of adding multiple users, exporting those users, and into CSV or XLS files. The audit logs here help us select any activity the user might have done in whatever time range that we are looking for. Basically, every single action by any of the users in the organization will be recorded, be it login, log out, searching something, updating something. All of that will be available in the audit logs. Very important feature with respect to security, and which you can again select a date range and then get all types of data here. And there is a filter again which will help us if we are just looking for, oh, who created this user, just go ahead, click on user create, and then click on search, which will give us the activity, the event type with the activity summary, and who is the user and at what time this action has been performed. Again, multiple search options. You can search by the activity, by the user, or the log type. Of course, date range is one of the mandatory fields, because we are talking about archival audit logs, and not a range of lot of activity that might keep happening. So date range is something that has been made mandatory here. Organization gives us the organization details. As mentioned, very important information about all the organization related emails, the space usage, or the current usage. All of those will be sent to the admin email and the phone number. And there's some basic information about the profile who has logged in and all of that. And yes, another striking feature here for the two-factor authentication, wherein authenticator app, SMS, or email verification can be used to make sure there are no invalid logins. There is an extra layer of security that has been added to our enterprise level archival system here. We will go over the details of each one of these pages, how to use in a different session. For now, this is again one of the incredible industry standard archival system for you, secure, fast, and scalable archival system. Thank you for listening. Stay tuned for further videos on detailed explanation of these features in archive. Thank you.